Before I start my presentation, I want to ask you all a question. Of the following factors, which one of these do you think is the best predictor of college completion? For those of you that selected advanced math skills, you're correct, and you really listened well in my 3-minute presentation, so kudos to you. Now, why do we think this is true? Well, I can give you several reasons right off the top of my head. First of all, technology has given us all a lot of data on a daily basis that we have to use to make decisions. So having numerical fluency gives you the toolkit that you need to cross through any discipline, process information, and make decisions. I know from being a math major that one of the surprises I had when I graduated from college is that I had learned to think very systematically. So math teaches you how to approach problem solving in a systematic way. If you have 4 years of high school math behind you, the data now shows that you have a 95% probability of graduating from college. With a post-secondary education, you have a far greater likelihood of earning a self-sufficient wage. So our goal at MathPOWER is math achievement for all. So knowing that, I want to take a look and show you how we're doing in more detail than I did in my 3 minutes. But we're going to take a look at the 8th grade performance by students in the state and in an urban area like Boston to look at how students are scoring at the proficient level, what percentage of them are scoring at the proficient level or higher in math. And we see at the state level, which is the blue line, the top line, close to 60% of those 8th graders are scoring at the proficient level in math. If we look at an urban level, only 30% of those students are proficient by the time they're at 8th grade, which means that they're not on target for finishing 4 years of high school math. The first reason that usually we see students start to fall behind in math is that we haven't put as much energy and money into campaigns for developing numeracy in children. So what happens is, as children are promoted to upper grades, they try to climb the learning ladder, and what happens is some of the rungs that they need to understand what they're being taught are missing, because math is unforgivingly cumulative. So this is where MathPOWER steps in. So what we do is we put math coaches in K through 8 schools, working directly in the classroom with teachers, helping them understand the math themselves if they don't, and giving them more effective ways to teach math, but specifically to figure out what rungs are missing in each child's learning ladder. We work in about 8 schools at this point with over 140 teachers, and we impact 3,000 kids in that setting. In our after-school and out-of-school time programs that include summer work, we provide direct academic support to help students achieve their math skills, but we also give them training in resiliency. And that leads to more success in students increasing their proficiency in math, because we know that investing in math propels students to a successful post-secondary career. What we actually do is we put these learning rungs back in place from our various intervention strategies so that all students can climb that ladder of learning. More than 90% of our teachers actually are able to say that we have enhanced their ability to understand what gaps exist in students' backgrounds and to fill those gaps with successful lessons that help these kids achieve. Now that in itself is a pretty phenomenal outcome, but it would be a bit empty if it had no impact on students. This is the greatest news for us, is that in the schools in which we work, the students have been able to show improvement in their math scores at more than 5 times the average Boston Public School rate. So we're moving kids from the warning, failure, needs improvement category into proficient. In our out-of-school time work, we have similar results. Over 90% of our students talk about how they've been able to demonstrate improvement in school. They've also gained confidence in their ability to learn math, And they've formed great relationships with peers and adults in our out-of-school time settings, all of which help them build their resiliency. So from here, we want to grow and expand into other BPS schools so we can have a larger impact on student success, and we can close this wide achievement gap that exists now in our urban areas in proficiency in math. We also want to scale. We want to develop a train-the-trainer model so that we can reach larger numbers of students and schools, and we want to develop intervening programs for kids in early childhood settings. So we are looking for a 2-year investment of slightly over $1 million, and we'll take all checks tonight. So in closing, what I want to leave you with is the thought that what our goal here is to make it possible for all students to put this set of wonderful skills in their academic backpack so they can all be successful in college. So thank you, and I look forward to talking to you later.